bring the band in. Woo! Well, all right.
All right, guys, welcome back to Between Rounds. Excited about this one. Augusto Tanquinho Mendes is with us today.
Thank you, coach.
How you
Thank
doing,
you.
brother?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Gosh.
inviting me. Yeah.
So you, ever since I met you, when was that? 2012, maybe?
12. Yeah, that was 12.
And,
that's my first time came.
Since you came in the room, you are the best jiu-jitsu person
Oh, thank
that
you.
I've ever had the pleasure of being around.
That's good. That's a big compliment for me. Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's well earned too.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in the UFC, Daniel Cormier asked me. I told him you were the best
Yeah.
MMA guy, and I saw you go, but you were very modest about it.
Yeah, I mean, I just started my MMA career, still adapting and still changing. But when it goes to jiu-jitsu only, I did feel very confident that I could go against anyone.
Well, in my opinion, like everybody I've ever seen, you're the best. So
Thank you,
I'm
coach.
super honored to have you here today.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So let's go back to the beginning. You're a
Yep.
kid in Rio. What's life like in Rio?
To be honest, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But when I moved, I thought it would suck. I mean, it's just a hard life there. You need to grind. It's not different than here. You need to do too, but it's hard to get opportunities. And then for me as a young person that was there, it was hard to grow. There is no support in the sports. It's hard to make money. Even teaching was not good there. You know what I mean? It was harder to grow on that. Or for me, who was still trying to be an athlete, was even harder. You know what I mean? But now that I'm older, mature, and the life's changing, every time that I go to Brazil, to Rio, is amazing. I said, oh my God, that's a great life. I wish
visit again.
Yeah, I mean, so
I think kids are like that, right? Like I grew up on a farm and I hated it because I couldn't get anywhere. I couldn't see my friends. And now I just wish I lived on the farm.
Exactly,
Is
right.
that kind of the same thing?
Yeah, exactly the same thing. I was just went to Brazil now for 5 days. Man, I was there and that passed so fast. And it was, oh my God, I just wish I had more time. I stay here a little longer, and they just appreciate things different than before, right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
different perspective, a grown man with a family now.
Exactly. It's way different now.
Yeah.
And living there, you start to feeling the problems of the city, which Rio is great, it's amazing. But once you're there all the time and living there, you start to feel. But I'm no regret,
Wait, now, were you with your brother? Did you grow up as a family unit in Brazil?
Yeah. Me and my brother are very tight. We grew up together, playing every day.
Is it just the two of you?
No, we are three. Me, my brother, and my sister. Sister's younger. She did jiu-jitsu for a little bit when she was younger, but it was not her thing.
No.
No, she stopped around like maybe a year or two after. But me and my brother, we just grew up doing jiu-jitsu, training, competing. And then we got a black belt the same day.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, we did get the same day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was awesome. It was a one more thing that made that special day for us,
Yeah, he's when he's been around, what a wonderful guy he is.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Really warm, nice, generous kind of spirit.
It is, yeah. He's special. He's definitely special. He's been part of my life for many, many years, I mean, since I was born, right?
Yeah, the whole time.
He was the whole time. But I mean, at some point, like I said, I moved to here. He moved later to Texas. You know what I mean? And then we not see each other daily, but we talk on the phone all the time, you know? And every time that we're together, it's just a great time.
That's one of those things in grown-up life that you miss too.
Yeah.
That you take for granted, right? You'd be really close to your brothers or your parents or whoever, and then they're gone, and you have to do it through distances.
Exactly, yeah.
Like you were saying about the hometown, you miss it,
Yeah, no, I miss a lot.
Do you did you guys play sports growing up? Did you play soccer, football?
Soccer for sure.
Yeah.
That was the sport number one in Brazil. That is still now the sport number one. And for me growing up, like 5, 6, 7, I want to be a soccer player.
Yeah.
I just play soccer every day, everywhere, like any other kid in Brazil. I mean, like smacking one of the cans, use that as a ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A socks, anything. You know what I mean? Just playing all day long in school or home. My parents were like crazy, like we were pushing all the things to the side and playing soccer on the house and the street. But I mean, I started getting older. I mean, I thought it was good, but maybe I was not that good in soccer.
Yeah.
And then,
well, being a pro athlete in anything is a very small percentage of people.
It is.
So,
even jiu-jitsu, I didn't even know if I was going to make nothing jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, I just want to be the best.
Right.
I was competing and training, but especially back on the time, and we talk about like the end of the 90s, 97, 98, 99. That's when like I started to get older and competing more. There is no money in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I mean, competing. I mean, I just wanted to be the best, but would that make me get money and live as a professional athlete? Probably not.
No, you'd have to. Back then, they were the academy owners, and they would compete too.
Exactly. But I was not even thinking of that. I was just like, I was younger, hungry. I said, man, I want to be the best on that sport. That's it. That's what drives me.
Did your brother got you started in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, he was the one
He started first, huh?
He did it for a year before me, and then when he started, he invited me to go to him. I didn't want to do it because I still want to do soccer.
Yeah.
So I was doing some kind of little clubs here and there in soccer, but again, it was not going well. They put him on the bench a lot of games, and I said, oh, man, like, why? I think I'm good.
I'm pretty good, coach. You need to put me in.
But I never had opportunity. I said, okay. After a year, then my brother every day coming home say, hey, let's go train. It's fun. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And I never stopped. That changed my life.
Turned about to be your calling.
Exactly.
Like you're special at that. Before I forget, who's your favorite soccer player? Whose jersey would you wear?
Probably Romario.
Yeah.
Romario, you know Romario?
Yeah. There's so many great Brazilian.
Yeah, but Romario, like I said, he was the main guy that when he was growing up, like 10, 12, 14,
Where did
15.
he play?
He played Barcelona. He ended up going to Flamengo at the end of his career.
Yeah.
And now he's retired. But he wasn't the best soccer player ever from Brazil. He was one of the few ones who scored 1,000 goals.
Wow.
Yeah, so
he's the one you wanted to be.
He's the one probably. I was trying to mimic him. But
hey, it turned out good.
Yeah, for sure. I one thing I know. I fight better than him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure you do. So you then you're going through high school and you started jiu-jitsu. You started 13?
I was 13, almost 14. It was like 2-3 months before turning 14.
And that took over.
Yeah. I mean, first I was sucking jiu-jitsu. Like probably a lot of the white belt. We get there, we don't know what to expect. Coordination is terrible. I was never a physical guy. To get physical, I had to put a lot of work there. But I was like a chubby kid growing up. No physical skills. I couldn't even do like a push-up. I was very, very weak, body weak.
Wow.
And then as I'm doing that, started to putting more time in the training, started paying attention to my nutrition, started eating better, training more, doing strength conditioning. So everything started changing.
Was that easy for you? Was that because that's how I know you? Like you're a very disciplined person, and you do all the right things to make sure you get to your goals. Were you like that as a kid too?
Not really. No, not really. I mean, I was just a regular kid, but just running a lot, playing, but eating very bad. My family came here like for bad eating habits. You know what I mean? Like chocolate, candies, Coke, everything. I mean, And I grew up like that, but once I started to get older, went to jiu-jitsu 13, 14, 15, my mind just changed, and I mean, you want to change your body, you want to
do well.
You want to do well. And like I said, I started to be commitment to jiu-jitsu, and you start to see results. In the beginning, I was just getting smashed, but like after a year, I already started getting better and winning some rounds and seeing improvements. So it just like it was a normal path to do it.
Yeah, just continuing along. You competed pretty early, right?
Yeah, I started competing probably I had 6 months of training probably, and I got a smashed bad. I tapped in 1 minute. My first ever competition, the guy submitted me in 1 minute.
What did he get you in?
Rear naked choke on the back. Yeah,
nice.
Like, I tried to do a takedown on him. I fell on my face. He took my back, and I turned it. He mounted. And they turned again, give him my back, and he choked me. So it's everything in 1 minute.
That's so
That was
funny.
the worst experience ever. But somehow I like it. I want to do again. And every time it was getting a little bit better.
Did it motivate you to do better?
Yeah. I mean, I was still losing, still getting beat up. But second time I won one match, lost second one, third. It was slowly getting better and seeing improvements. And I mean...
That's amazing. That's funny that you... I think about that sometimes. You remember those matches. Like you remember
I mean, for sure, some matches I'm forgetting, but those are special ones, the first ones. I remember, and of course, as a black belt and some of the specials, world championships on the collar belts, I do remember some stuff. But that one specific, I remember because I mean, I had everything to quit. You know, I said, man, you know what? I don't want to do that. And I see it often now. Being a gym owner, and you are too. You know, a lot of people competing. They have a bad experience, and you get challenged in some way that you don't want to experience that again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I was such a hard worker back in the time that I said, man, I want to do that again.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lose or not. My brother was the same. He was losing too, but he ended up like after injury, he didn't want to compete anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He decided to just coach. And then for me or not, I said, man, like I'm gonna do it again, no matter. I don't care about winning.
Were you always really competitive as a kid, or did you just grow into it?
I was competitive. My most like playing soccer with my brother, and I mean nothing that really matters. It was just like a game or video game or stuff like that. Just me and my brother, but we always compete with each other, you know.
Yeah.
But jiu-jitsu, I mean, it's just you. You don't have anyone to help when you want to anyone to blame. You know what I mean? In fights,
that's
in general,
the good news and the bad news.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got to put in the work.
Yeah. Well, you always have been such a hard worker. So through high school, then you went to college. I didn't know that. I graduated.
I graduated in physical education.
How do you say the university?
Estácio de Sá.
Okay, good. That's what I was thinking it was, and I'm scared to say it. You're a physical education major.
Physical education major, yeah.
So what did you think that degree were you aiming for something with that?
I mean...
Or just tying it into your jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, no, go back there to the time that we don't know how we're going to make money with the fights in Brazil, you know? So that as an athlete, even though it's already a black belt, we're not making money. The sport, as a professional sport, you're not making money. As a academy owner, you make just a small money too. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of people, I mean, Brazil is like that. People, I don't have the money today, don't pay.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's how it is. And it was hard to grow. And then I was already thinking ahead. I said, man, like, what am I going to do? I mean, I was younger. I mean, I graduated, I was 22, I think. And I said, man, what am I going to do? I was black belt, but I said, man, I gotta think about my next step. Yeah. I mean, I need to have a degree to see if at least I have a chance to have a okay life, you know?
Yeah.
And then I did graduate after 4 years. Was a lot of struggles, especially to put my training together.
Did you enjoy college?
I enjoy like having such a good people there, and I met so many great people. But for me, I was trying to all the things that I learned there was trying to apply into jiu-jitsu, right? How can I be a better instructor in my class? How can I use those things, the physiological parts of the body, the everything? Like I was trying to use that in my class as I was teaching, but I mean it take a longer time of you. I mean pretty much my whole career from blue belt to beginning of my black belt, I was in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was pretty much just all morning, 7 in the morning to 1 p.m. in college, and then graduated, come back home, lift some weight quickly, go teach all day long. Nighttime, it was training. That was my schedule for almost 10 years, you know?
Makes me tired just hearing it.
I know.
Did you sleep at all?
I was sleeping, but I mean, I was just like, I don't regret, you know, what I did, but thinking now, I mean, I got a lot of learning a lot from the things that I got in school, but I lost a lot of time too that I could be getting way better in terms of as a competitor. You know what I mean? But you didn't know I would have a chance to be a professional athlete in the end, you know. But that was good. That was what I need to do.
Well, as you look back, like we whatever choices we make, they lead us to where we go, you know. Yeah. And you're one of the all-time greats in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. So it turned out well. Yeah. Do you think it would have turned out better, differently if you hadn't gone to college?
Maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe I would have more chance to train more, spend more time there and win more titles, but maybe not. Maybe I would get hurt and sit on the couch without doing nothing. We never know. I think things happen for a reason.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? I took that decision. Like I said, I don't regret. Now that I know what I am and everything that I accomplishment, I say, man, maybe I would do more. but
maybe I should have gotten a business degree.
Yeah, right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Well, then you graduated from college, and now how did you get to the U.S.? What happened? How did that come about? Did you come right away? How long were you in Brazil?
I was in Brazil. Let me see. I moved to here in the end of 2011. That's when I moved. So I was in Brazil all the way to there, so I was 27, I think, 27 years old.
Yeah.
But what made me...
So like 5-6 years after college,
yes,
you were teaching. Were you teaching at the same academy?
I got my black belt from Academy Kyoto, and that was 2004. And then next year, that's when I opened my first academy with my brother. Me and my brother, we left the team there, opened our own.
Were you under them still? Or
no
affiliated?
No affiliated. Just because they didn't want to do affiliations or nothing. Oh. They just want to use it because you don't have a big affiliation back in the time too. Yeah. Just the big schools, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were never like a big school. It was a very small school, not focused in competition. It was just like more kids and stuff. Oh. And then for me, we want to grow up a team, especially for competitor team. You know what I mean? Me and my brother, we just started our stuff. But what I was saying before?
We were just talking about you starting your academy, and I was asking if you were affiliated underneath them. Yeah. But just how that happened, you're branching out to how you got to the United States.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then, like I said, that was 2005. That's when we opened our own school. But in 2007, the world's moving from Brazil to United States.
Oh.
That's one of the big reasons. I mean, that time I was not thinking about moving, but every year Pan Am's and Worlds was here, and they're very expensive. So I started coming every year, twice a year. For me, it was harder because the Brazil exchange is very bad compared to American dollar.
Right.
And then every year I need to do 2 of those trips on my own, no sponsors. So it was always harder.
Yeah.
And then as the years passing, I mean, I started thinking about, and I have an opportunity to come to here and starting my journey here, and that's what I did.
Yeah. So I love the name of your academy, Renewal. Say it in Portuguese. I'm always scared to speak Portuguese.
Renovação.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. We thought it was a cool name too, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But I mean, we changed it for Soul Fighters.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, when we opened the team, me and my brother, were just us, right? And then in some point of after, I don't know, a year or two with the academy, we started training a lot with the 2 black belts that were close to our academy that year, Rafael Formiga and Leandro Tatu. Mm-hmm. And then we started to train together a lot, but they were BTT.
Oh, okay.
And BTT back in the time, the main professor, they came to the United States, so they were kind of like on their own too.
Who was that?
What the
main professor?
I think it was maybe Bustamante.
I was going to say, wasn't Bustamante Brazilian top team back then?
Yeah, they were.
He was kind of the most famous guy, or at least earlier in the time.
And then we just started training together, and we did it for a year. And after that, we said, man, like we should put a team together, you know? Like we already trained every day, daily. The team was growing. And I said, let's create a team together so that way you don't use that name and you don't use Renovação. And then we just came out with Soul Fighters. And
how'd you come up with the name Soul Fighters?
Man,
another really cool name, by the way.
That was funny too because we were like 5, right? With me, my brother, those 2 guys, Formiga and Tatu, and our professor ending up coming with us too, right? Yeah. And then we were like, which name are we gonna do? So we decided to everybody go home, come back and bring some names, and we're gonna vote. And then I don't even remember who brought Soul Fighters. I know it's not me, but someone brought Soul Fighters. And then we all agreed that was the best name, and then we stick in the name.
So who made your logo too? It's like a tiger's paw or a bear's paw or something?
It looks like that, but if you look well, that's the S and the F. S is a soul, F is a... It looks like kind of...
Because for me, when I see it, it looks like a tiger paw or a bear paw or something.
Exactly, yeah. But it's the S and F.
Did you mean to make it like that? Does it have that double meaning in there?
No, not really. I mean, I don't even know who made the logo, to be honest. I don't remember now. It's been so... I mean, we created the team 2008.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember. At some point, we took it out to someone like the graphic designer or whatever, and he made it. But I don't remember having that conversation about to be double... meaning, you know?
It looks great.
Yeah, but it looks good. Yeah, we love it.
I really like it. I still like it. And then you brought Soul Fighters... came to the United States.
Yes.
Did you go with your brother? Did you guys come together?
No. I came first. I was here for about like probably a year before him. And then first he came to Arizona, stayed with me for a few months. But I mean, I was not even having my gym yet. You know what I mean? I was just starting. So it was not making money.
Did you come to Arizona?
I came to Arizona. Yeah.
What was the reason for that?
I was dating a girl here.
Oh, okay. Well, and that's always the case, right?
Yeah.
You always,
first, yeah.
Like you need some sort.
That's
of
why I ended up in
contact.
Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you did you have any contacts with jiu-jitsu people like in Vegas or any other cities? Did you ever think about?
I mean, to move in there?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I have a Claudio França, is a guy in California.
Yeah.
Right. And then he offered me to go there and be an instructor of his gym. He was the one who organized the US Open tournaments, and I mean, he's been here forever. But I didn't want to do it. I said, man, like I don't want to be a full-time instructor now.
Get right back into the grind again.
It's like no, that's not the problem. But for me, it was like I know I'm getting close to my peak now. It was like 27, 28. Those are gonna be my best years. So I said I want to focus in competing, and then I will do my work here to make my money, earn my money. But I don't want to be a full-time instructor yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanna try to see how far I go now.
Yeah.
Living like a professional athlete life, you know?
Yeah. Did you like Arizona? Or was it just unbelievably like an oven in here?
Yeah, well, first I hate it.
Because Brazil's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do here pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hot in the summer, and but you got to use it too. Yeah. Now I like it. It's no problem. I mean, you guys make me like it too. You know, it's being here to such an amazing group of people and welcome to me. So that was good.
Well, I obviously have a super high opinion of you. I think you're an awesome man. Like, obviously, I love how you do jiu-jitsu, but the whole thing, so you always were like just the coolest person, like so easy to fit in, you know? So those competitions.
Now that I speak English, when you're not, I was more shy.
Livio still doesn't speak English.
Well,
he still
I know.
He just nods his head at me. He has no idea what I'm talking
sometimes even Portuguese, I think he don't understand what I'm saying.
Livio, you need to listen to this and start practicing.
Yes, sir.
So those competition years you're talking about, like IBJJF two-time no-gi champion, black belt world champion, and then ADCC bronze medalist and gold medalist.
Yes.
That's a pretty good resume. And that's besides all the other ones. There's a bunch of little ones in there.
No, for sure. But those are the main ones. The ones that I was dreaming about since I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was I want to be a world champion as a black belt. I was world champion in all the color belts too. But my goal is always like, when I get in the black belt, I want to be that guy on the magazine. You know, you see those guys there, like the pictures and the cover. And now we have social media, have a bunch of videos and stuff. But back in the time, we're not. We're just a magazine that you need to buy. And
I remember.
And hoping to have a picture on the inside there, you know. And but I grew up like that. I said, I want to be a world champion. I want to be the best. I want to be able to say that I faced the best and I beat the best.
So you in 2012, you just moved here.
Yeah, I was like a year in the United States. Probably that's when I won my title. And it's funny because when I moved to here, I just had a surgery in Brazil like a month before I moved. Right, I had a hernia surgery on my neck, so I have a fusion on my neck, so C5 and C6. So I moved to here with a lot of things in my mind that I don't know if I'm going to be able to compete again or not. It's such a scary surgery. And then when I got here, I couldn't train for most of 2012. I started training again around like August of 2012. And then I did a small competition, I won, and then ended up doing another one that lose. And then have the end of the year to have the World No-Gi. And that's how the lab came in my life, you know, because I want to train more. I want to compete more. I want to perform more. But I didn't have much training here. Was the reality. You know what I mean? What I was training, I didn't have much of a good training partners for me on my level.
Yeah.
And back in the time, Ben Henderson was the champion here, right? He was the UFC champion still. And then I said, man, like they probably have a lot of training there. I know it's not a gi training, but it is a competitive room that is going to push me. Yeah. I mean, that's what I need. I need someone to push me, my condition, my brand and thinking. And then my initial thought was not to do MMA. It was just to get better on my no-gi. And I was about to compete in the World No-Gi. Yeah. So I came here to talk to you if you could let me do some of the wrestling and no-gi days. And you said, oh, yeah, sure. And then, we have some jiu-jitsu those days too. And then some days you put in the gloves and then started to doing well in the training. And that started to get in the fight with me. I said, maybe I should do MMA.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. I didn't know. Yeah. I had thought maybe Because so you did Worlds, the first one, your World Championship. You just started training here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the Worlds no gi, that was that. Like I came here like a month before the Worlds no gi, and then I did all the team practicing, the wrestling days. I mean the jiu-jitsu days there, and then I went to the tournament and I won. I felt great. I felt one of the best ever, even though I was not almost like 8 months without training. I just came for the surgery.
That's amazing.
And then I knew I was losing a lot in terms of timing and condition. And then I knew I need to put in the work, but I need people to push me. You know what I mean? And then all the team back in the day there, was like just pushed me so hard.
Oh, that's
good. That made me very confident to the tournament. And even though I didn't train much, but I felt I already catch up the condition, the timing, and I won the tournament.
I think one of your biggest strengths is your mind, your mentality. So the fact that you came off an injury and were able to just put yourself there is pretty amazing.
But I remember after the Worlds, I won. I felt great, but I was already having that fight inside of me to do MMA. So I remember coming here, talk to you. I said, Coach, I want to do MMA. I want to be part of the team, if you let me. But I want to do the Worlds with the gi, right? I want to do all the practicing now. But if I can, not sparring too much to not get injuries, because I want to compete in the Worlds with gi. After the Worlds with gi, which is in June 2013, I'm gonna be just MMA. I'm gonna not fight in jiu-jitsu anymore. And they said, yeah, let's do it. And then that's what I did. I started training since January, all the team practicing, striking.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, your wrestling, I was amazed how fast you improved at wrestling.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? Like you took to it really well. And some of your success after that was you wrestled well.
Exactly.
In your competitions. You beat Mendes with a last minute double leg, right?
Yes.
A last minute takedown.
But I do feel even when I won the ADCC, like fasting for like 2019, and I remember going to the division there, thinking about, I'm fighting a light division, right? That was the 66 kilos, which is 145.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu guys, the light ones, they are not great wrestlers. They're guard pullers, right? And after those many years training MMA and such a strong base in wrestling, I felt I was the best wrestler of the division in that tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I pretty much I'll wrestle everybody there. And for jiu-jitsu, I felt I have a great wrestling,
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then I felt like the light was part of that too.
In this room, though, you did well with good wrestlers. You know, obviously it wasn't your first, you hadn't been wrestling since you were 4, but I was amazed how fast you caught on and how well you were able to
I kind of like the challenge. That was something that was pushing me, you know what I mean? Like, I knew all of my jiu-jitsu was already above most of the people, but my wrestling was not, and my striking was not. So I remember the first years coming here and training, I was people taking me down, like in striking, I was getting like beat up all the time, leg is sore, head is sore. But I said, man, like
especially with Ben, right? Kicking that leg for you.
Ben was actually like very nice to me all the time, very nice. But some other people are not.
Yeah.
but that's how it is. I mean, if I just try to go to the ground, that I know I have the advantage, I'm never going to get better on the other part. So I started to force him to wrestle more. If I have a good wrestle in the room, I said, I'm going to wrestle to him. I'm not going to do jiu-jitsu. I'm going to wrestle. Yeah. The striking, I'm going to try to strike as much as I can to force me to understand that. And after years, I felt confident and improving so much.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean? Just the process. I had not known that you had been injured so soon, because the language barrier was real when you first started here.
Yeah, for sure.
For you and I, you were always cool, and I felt like we understood each other, but obviously some of the details
a very broken
slipped in between, And the fact that you came off of such an injury and then won Worlds in no-gi, and then won the gi Worlds, and against good competition too. Like you were against JT Torres in the finals of the one, and then you were against
Rafa
and
Cobrinha in the semifinal too.
Yeah, Cobrinha
semifinal, Rafa in the final. Yeah,
those are some all-time greats.
Yeah. No, they are for sure. But that's one of the things that I think the MMA training helped me too, right? Like my mindset and being in the room with Ben, which was such a big leader, and the UFC champion, and see the way that he was carrying himself and pushing everybody, you know what I mean?
Well, and that fell right into what you've already talked about. Like you always said to me, and every time, like, if I just put in the work, I can get it done.
Yeah,
like,
and he was the example.
And there he was.
He was the example of putting the work. I mean, I remember being tired many times and sitting at the wall. He was screaming like, "Oh, you tired?" And I said, "No, I'm not. Again, I'm not tired anymore." So you know how it is, man. And I mean, that kind of pushed my mind, getting my mind stronger and stronger. And when I went to the Worlds, that was the gear that I won. I mean, I went there and I have a lot of things in my mind. I trained very hard, but I prepared to that moment, especially the time that I was away for the surgery, and by coming back and choosing to do a different sport, changing my mentality, just become more professional. Everything was going through my mind there, but I knew it, and also I already knew it, and even announcing before that was going to be my last World. Winning or losing, I'm going to stop because I want to pursue the MMA career.
Yeah.
So going there, have all those feelings, that might be my last match. I mean, my first match of the day down the Worlds could be my last one if I lose.
Yeah.
Right? So every time it was match by match, I knew it that could be my last Worlds match. And then until I got to the final, and I knew it, like, that's the last one.
Yeah.
I need to put it all now, or I'm not going to have another chance, you know?
Yeah.
Because even if I lose, I mean, now I'm could lose in close match, and I say, man, like, I'll do next year again. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
I was already very, very confident that, no, winning or losing, I go to MMA. That's what I want to do. I was already having passion to MMA,
Yeah.
you know, and I won. So it made everything even better.
The do you find some? I never knew. I guess I knew that, but you didn't practice like that. Do you know how sometimes people will say, "Hey, this is my retirement fight"?
Yeah.
Anytime somebody says that, I pick against them.
Yeah.
For sure. Have you noticed that? And they don't perform well. The energy's different. They don't do the same
emotion.
things. Yeah.
You have the emotions.
And you're coming from a different spot. And so I hate that for the guy. You know,
but like I said, I never thought that's my retirement match because it's still young. I was 30 years old for jiu-jitsu, still able to competing, but I was not thinking, oh, that's my last one. But I said, I'm gonna put my time in our MMA.
Yeah,
right? I did some super fights after through the years. I mean, mostly to try to get more money, extra money here and there, because in the beginning of MMA you don't make money either, you know.
Yeah.
And my gym was just like starting growing. I was not making money, so I did some super fights there. So I never think about, oh, that's my retirement match. I never put that pressure on me. You know what I mean? The pressure that I had was like, I'm not gonna do the Worlds anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my decision. Could I do it? Yeah, I could. I could go there, sign up, and maybe if I didn't go to MMA, maybe I would have more world titles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that would start being my best years. You know what I mean?
As an athlete,
yeah, like 30 to 33, 34. I mean, that's
plus that injury you had, like it kind of that built you, almost catapulted you into those years.
Yeah, 100%. So I just decided to not do it, you know. But my last professional match, jiu-jitsu professional match, was in 2021. That one I knew was my last one, right? And I just did that one because my son was just born. I want to have my son to me, right? In one match, professional match. That one was, I carried a little bit more pressure because I knew it was my last one. I mean, I didn't announce to everybody, but my wife knew it. And I said, man, like, I don't want to lose it now. You know what I mean? That's the last one.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I ended up winning, and I have my moment with my son, which I love it. I have the picture, cool. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. Who
was the last match?
It was Bruno Frazato in Brazil.
He's good too.
No, he's amazing, yeah.
You didn't get any easy matches.
No. Actually, on that match, because I did it from BJJ Stars, which is one of the biggest jiu-jitsu super fight events, right? They are in Brazil. They do a great promotion. But they invited me to do it, and I told them, like, hey, I want to do my retirement match. And they said, oh, that's great. Who you want? And they asked for Rafa. I said, let's do Rafa. You know what I mean? I'm 2-1 the fights, but if I want to go out, I want to go out to one, I guess, the best.
The best.
You know what I mean? But he turned out the fight. So I asked Cobrinha. Cobrinha turned out the fight. And I said, well, the next one was Bruno Frazato, you know, and then he accepted, which we had a kind of a back and forth battles before, right? I was up in victories, but he beat me a few times before too. Yeah. So I knew he was one of the greatest, and
that little weight division of yours right there, those are a lot of good people there. Yeah. I mean, Cobrinha was
and that's all the thing that I'm very proud, because I was able to live the life where they fought the best guys, right? Even now, years later, all those guys retire, but we don't see someone be as dominant in the division like those guys were, or they impacted so many generations, and I was able to compete against them, live that moment there, and beat them like more than once, right? I mean, they beat me before too, but that's how it made me grow too, and get the moments to challenge and face the best guys in the division and be able to win.
You know, one of my favorite times I remember was your second No-Gi World Championship. And, you know, Ben and I were there. I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
But you had your team, you know, and like we weren't coaching you. We were just there to support. And I didn't realize Cageside and you had used to be teammates, you know. So before the finals, I was fired up. And then I shook your hand, and it was cool that you looked for me and Ben and shook our hands and hugged us too. I love that. I love seeing you get the gold around.
Yeah, no, I remember that was very special because I went to Cageside because we trained before. I actually promoted him to black belt back in Brazil.
Oh, that's
and then we moved to the United States. I moved to here. He ended up going to California, and then he had to go to a different team, because we didn't have a structure to bring him here and help him to grow, right? But he had the opportunity, and we never turned that down. You know, say, hey, you have opportunity to change your life, go. And then we were different teams for years, and then we ended up getting to the final of the Worlds, right? And then I came to him and said, what do you want to do? He said, man, and back in the time, I had my 2012 world title. I had my 2013 world title.
Yeah.
Kenshi didn't have nothing. He didn't have any world title as a black belt.
Yeah.
But I told him, I don't want to give you the title to you. You know, I want to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he said, I want to fight too. I said, let's fight. The best man wins. Nothing changed between us. You know what I mean? We're going to always still have a great relationship. And then I went to warm up. He went to warm up. And then I talked to you guys. You know what I mean? Prepared. We're going to fight. And then we went to on the deck to fight the next fight. He came to me and said, I cannot fight you. I'm sorry. I don't want. You can have the title. And I said, man, thank you. But
I love that about you, that you wanted to go.
Yeah, no, I said, man, like
Ben too. We were talking about that.
Yeah, I cannot give a world title to anyone.
Yeah.
You gotta beat me.
Yeah.
If you beat me, yeah, you're world champ. I don't feel that you go there, get a world title, and they say, yeah.
That was fun because it was kind of a different world for me, you know. I've been to worlds, you know, and I've had guys compete, but never at the level of you know. Like it's like coaching Ben at the UFC. You know, the UFC champion is the best. And so here I am, like, watching you, and you're going to go, and then you don't go. I just remember, like, I didn't know what to do. I literally didn't know how to act.
Even me, I was ready to go. Warm up was, like, my mind was there. We were the next match to the finals.
I remember.
And then, like, literally, probably like a minute before it started, he came to me and told me. And it was like, I want to go now, you know. Yeah. I feel that I'm ready. Wow.
I remember you guys walked across and shook hands, and I looked at Ben. I go, "What just happened?
What happened?
I don't know what happened." So, but man, what an amazing run in that. And then you start MMA. You love MMA. Do you remember how hard it was to get you fights at first?
Oh yeah, that was very hard.
We did one amateur fight.
We did one amateur.
And I remember you told me, you're like, I'm not going to cut weight for no money anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I did 45 for amateur. It was not 35.
Yeah.
I did a 45.
But still finding fights for you anywhere.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
Almost impossible.
Almost impossible. Yeah, I remember that. It was very frustrating because, like I said, I want to do it. I want to compete. I want to fight. I was feeling that it wasn't my best as a maturity, you know. But I mean, you cannot force. It's not like a jiu-jitsu tournament that I can sign up and go there and fighting whatever is there. You know what I mean? I need someone to sign the contract.
When we got signed with Legacy.
Yeah.
And then that helped us a little bit.
That helped,
we got a couple of fights. We had one. You dominated the guy in the first Legacy fight. He was from Phoenix, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was from Phoenix, yeah. But we fought in Houston.
Richard Delphin, yeah.
And
I remember the traffic was terrible in Houston. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
And then the fight we're going to talk about today, Evan Martinez, that was our next fight. And that was in Texas too, right?
That was in Texas too, yeah.
Where was it? Do you remember?
I thought it was Houston.
Was it Houston again?
I think it was Houston, yeah.
They do a lot of fights.
Back in that time,
Yeah. So he fought for Saif Saud, who coaches at Fortis, right?
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't really know him, but Fortis was building up. And they said this kid was going to be super tough for you.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember we were talking about that, saying that he was great boxer, good wrestling. He would be the guy who's going to beat me, and blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
It's easy to talk about it.
Yeah.
I remember some of those memories. There's a picture of you, me, and Benson at, I think it was the fight before this.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite pictures of all time.
Yeah. I think it was the fight after.
Oh, was it?
It was the one after.
Did we have one more in Legacy?
You have one more in Legacy after, yeah. That was my second one. I got a 3 on Legacy. But I remember I was locked in that fight, you know. I knew it was a challenge for me in terms of striking. The fight was what, 2015, I think. Yeah. 15. So I was training for 2 years, pretty much, 2 to 3 years.
And this kid's a specimen too. Like he's physical.
Yeah, he was. I remember watching him across the cage. I said, "Man, he's strong. he looks big. He looks big." But
so hey, I was gonna get to it before, but your brother's the Tank. When did you guys get your nicknames?
It was on the jiu-jitsu gym.
Was it?
Yeah, my brother started first, and then he was like a tank on top of people, and then they got the nickname Tank. And after that, I went there and it was the little brother. Yeah. So they said, "Oh, that's little Tank."
But you were built like a tank. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you thinking? Like, was it different, the energy to do MMA than it was for jiu-jitsu?
To be honest, I felt I was very calm.
Yeah.
I think because I knew it was just one fight. After that's over. In jiu-jitsu, you have match after match, and sometimes you'll go through injuries and you need to fight again. And your mind, it tricks you a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So I mean, for being competing so much a high level in jiu-jitsu helped me right there, you know. See, I remember I was not even trying to force wrestling first.
Yeah.
Too much. I would try to strike and then try to get the wrestling.
Boy, you have. Yeah. I've always had really heavy hands. Like when you hit, he kind of like you guys are hitting the same way.
Yeah.
You know?
He was a southpaw too, which was new for me too. I remember on that camp, I'm trying to first time working against a southpaw.
That can be tough, you know. Like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Like you heard us yelling, and you can see you just intentionally change distance. You always had such great leg kicks, man. I said it when you sat down today, how big your legs are, but you always kicked super well, man.
Yeah. I did go to kicks, yeah. I think maybe because my hand was not too fast. Yeah. It's heavy but not fast, so I said, well, let me give the kicks.
When I saw this and scouting it, that was a nice right hand.
Yeah.
But what we didn't do great was we stayed after you land. Like you land and then you stay in there a little bit. Did you ever feel like he stung you, or were you just good? Just
no, I felt good.
Normal stuff.
I was already training a lot to such a good guys here, and I mean, even though everybody take care of you, you got some heavy shots. Yeah. So I was not too worried.
God, that inside kick is nasty.
Yeah, and I remember that fight there. He was not checking at all, and I said, "Man, that's landing. That's landing. Let's keep going." Yeah. My foot was sore after, but
always, always. Everybody's got a fat foot after fights.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was strong to clinch, and
he had a background in wrestling too, right?
Yeah.
But that southpaw orthodox thing can be troublesome. But your right leg's working great already.
Yeah, I remember the backstage work with Randy. He told me a lot of that. Like I started the straight, inside kicks. You know what I mean? So I always started my combination with a straight punch.
You're definitely not scared to throw.
No, I was not.
All four of those were hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are like, I'm going to kill you kind of punches. Yeah. I like that little Muay Thai dance right there. Muay Thai dance,
yeah. I mean, I was still very raw on my striking, but I was not scared to try. Not scared to go in there.
We'll just call that a guard pull.
Guard pull, yeah right.
You know what? I was thinking about this too, Tank, because you were so good at your sport, and everybody's so scared of you. Not scared. They knew that you presented a unique challenge, right?
Yeah.
But like your development had to be pretty fast, and in like striking, it was so new for you still.
There was, and for me, I never strike before. I mean, at least wrestling. I mean, jiu-jitsu, do some standing and more judo stuff, but never. Striking was new for me. I never done before. I started doing it here in the lab.
Yeah. Right here, we're moving a little bit better. Do you feel it? Like like you started getting warmed up almost. Like your feet are going good.
Yeah. I do feel that. He started to remind me that I need to beat his foot, to get outside of his lead leg.
I feel like this kid's wearing down a little bit already. You know what I mean? Like he's feeling like he thought he was going to land something clean early. I feel like.
Probably. But I think that the kicks open up a lot for me too, because I started landing a bunch.
Yeah, the inside of his leg had to be sore after that. And I think he's pretty surprised that you're not wrestling again, especially after the beginning of the round, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to get some good pressure.
Nice, the old announcers, Mauro Ronaldo and Pat Militech. Oh, that was a nice
double. What was the end of the round? I knew I don't have much time. But I mean, half guard was one of the positions that I felt the best. If I get on the top of the half guard, I said, man, that's good.
You have such a for me it was unique. You have that like reverse sit through when you pass half guard in jiu-jitsu too.
Yes.
And you put a lot of pressure on people and they can't get away. And so I think he trained some, obviously, but when you did that to him, he didn't know quite
like that.
Yeah. You know who's doing that good job of that is that 70-pounder from Philadelphia. He does this to people. Yeah. Catches guillotines and kimuras here. And I think these elbows
that hurt a lot.
Made him sad. Yeah.
But like the time was almost over, and then I was trying to open up that he was strong still first round. That's when I changed a little bit more for the second round. In terms of if he got on the top, I knew in my mind it was already like instead of trying to go too much to the submission, I'm going to try to hurt him more.
You know, the other thing you do great there, Tank, I think you get him with it, is when you're in half guard, you mount so well. Like people will get a butterfly hook, feel good about it, and then they end up getting mounted super easy.
Yeah, and that's one thing that jiu-jitsu helped me a lot, and be comfortable on the top there. But a lot of people in MMA, they don't want to go to the mount because you're losing the mount fast.
Yeah.
And then I developed a very good control there that I can stay there.
Well, a lot of people go chest to chest, right? They'll do head control under the arm and stay tight. You sitting like that feels like you have some chances.
Yeah.
And for you, that's your wheelhouse.
Exactly, yeah. Because my arm is moving. I'm not stuck under his head. And like I put on the top of the head there, squeezing. So if they try to bump, you always have a time to step over the leg or to the other side.
Yeah.
You know? So.
How did you feel conditioning wise?
I felt good. I mean, tiring, normal tiring, but nothing exhausted that I said, oh my God, I'm dying. I mean, I had mats that I was like, I'm dying.
Yeah.
And I mean, this one I felt, I felt okay.
I remember feeling when we were watching this, just feel like the end of that round was the beginning of the end for him. Like if he couldn't stop you then, like we were gonna roll through him.
Yeah, I think that you told me that if he could take him down on the beginning of the second round, would be easier. It was getting easier and easier. So I knew I was going to try to get on the ground again. He was feeling the lag.
And see how much more slowly he's moving now. Like he is not firing back at you.
You're not checking at all. Oh. You know, he was just waiting and not attacking much, and it came straight right way, went to his face, started kicking, landing.
The use of your legs here, that outside pendulum kick and that inside kick to his knee, his lead leg is not good right now.
Yeah.
Oh, those are hard punches, Tank.
I'm going to land that one more like, boom.
That right hand is hard.
Yeah.
And
then one of the first times that I landed like a good right hand in some way, and I saw the wobbling a little bit. I said,
did you want to stop for a minute? Did you
no. I mean, I was already like in fight mode. I said, man, I need to go. But I was very happy to get on the top early in the fight. That's what my goal. And then I knew it. Am I going to see him? I'm not going to attack him too much, the submission. I'm going to try to hurt him more.
But that same spot for you, I just love this for you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I don't want to say it's hard to do, but it is a unique style. And it's been different. Very effective for the guys that are good at it. Oh, those hurt.
The elbow hurts, yeah.
Those don't seem like a whole lot, and then
it's funny because that spot we were right in front of his corner.
What'd they say?
And then they were saying like, oh yeah, you're gonna get out there, you're gonna bump it now, and we're just waiting. I said, oh man,
that's the mount that you did to every single person you ever trained with here. Every single one. They'd be like, man, we're trying, because we'd work that, get on your side and get the underhook. And everybody come up to me after practice. Tank mounted me from there. I'm like, yeah, he does it to everybody. How'd you feel here? Like just like he was cooked?
Yeah, I said, man, like I said, I was not even trying to get a submission. I was already thinking about like grounding pound. I want to hurt him, I don't want to go to the arm, even though he was offering the arm a bunch of times.
That's what I remember about this fight. I remember distinctly in my mind that guy lifts his arm and you're like, no, thank you. I will just keep.
I think the instinct that I had to I mean, I started to enjoy that. I mean, I want to hurt the person. I mean, and I feel MMA sometimes you need to have that, right? Like, I mean, before, I mean, it was even in the training room, I was more jiu-jitsu guy, tried to find a more technical way to do it. And then that was one of the biggest changes for me after a few years. I started like, I can hurt people if I get a good spot, I don't need to just get in submissions.
You are so heavy-handed though, Tank. Like you hit so hard. And this kid just had no idea.
Pushing his arm, like trying to find an open
Like,
spot.
I don't want that arm. I don't want it.
Yeah, but I was landing a lot of good shots. Even my elbow was hurt after.
Yeah, they bruised up.
Let's see, I was getting a great shot, and they could see his face was all split open and bleeding. He was low. I thought the referee took a little longer to stop, but
I think he could have stopped it right when it was against the fence about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Just how solid the shots were, you know, because he had no idea how to get out.
Yeah,
he let that guy go. I think that guy owed him money.
Probably. Yeah, so I was very happy with the performance.
Seeing that at the end, I never see that from you.
Oh yeah, Because
you're always so calm.
Yeah, I think the explosive, it was a little bit of that. That kid can beat me, you know what I mean? I was kind of on the fence, like, maybe I'm going to lose the fight. And I mean, everybody see that he's good. He's going to be a good challenger. He's undefeated. He has fast hands, he's stronger. And they go in there and destroy him. Like, I was very happy with how they turn out. And, you know what I mean? And just put it out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I felt like this one, I always felt like you were good, you know? Like, I always thought you had a high ceiling, but this kid was a good prospect for them.
Yeah.
Like in Texas, they were touting the winner of that. They didn't want to let us fight their champions. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Like we were trying. I'm like, hey, just put us against your best guy.
Yeah.
And let's figure it out. Because you were wanting to, we were not that we didn't need the time, but you're such a world-class competitor already.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't give us those guys because they sold tickets.
Yes,
to the shows.
That was another challenge that we had back at the time. You know, like trying to get hard to get a match and try to get the tough guys to fight.
Yeah, Mick Maynard was the matchmaker back then.
Yes,
and they were pretty clear about like, we love Tanquinho, but not going to have him take out our best ticket seller.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
No,
and then have a champion that doesn't sell any tickets.
Like, barely speak English. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's how it's the sport, you know. And I got it. You know, for me, I was going to the same mindset that I had in jiu-jitsu. I just want to fight the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Time passed so fast. You know what I mean? And then, like, with a blink, it was already like 35, 36. You know what I mean? And they're not going to have the same opportunities. You know?
Well, and you started a little bit late in MMA.
Sure.
Not super late, but like to learn what you did in that time frame.
No, for sure. But I knew like I don't have the same time that some of the other guys. I need to, even I'm younger, like a year or two training, 3 years training, I need to face the best guys now, you know.
Yeah.
And they had the skills to do it.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? And they said, man, I need to go. I cannot be hiding and trying to build a record to get easy fights. I need to get some tough. But it was hard to get the fights.
It was. So we beat that guy in Minnesota. Do you remember that fight?
The next one, Oh man, that was a tough one for me. Oh my god, I remember what happened.
I do. I remember this story cracks me up because you kept going to the bathroom during the warm-ups.
Yeah,
I didn't know I knew.
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah, and then we go out in the fight and you pull guard, which you never did because you're a pretty good wrestler. And we caught the kid on the triangle. And you told
I slipped a kick. I tried to kick and I slipped.
Oh, that's right.
And then he came inside my guard and I got a triangle here. But thank God. But I had a bad diarrhea that day. I think it was I remember it was in Minnesota. The fight was inside the casino, right? So I cut the weight, 35, made the weight, and I mean it was very amateur in terms of what you eating or stuff. I ended up eating like a big pasta with a lot of cheese, and I think that messed up my stomach. And the next day was just all day long and like pooping and diarrhea and went to the fight, same thing. That was the first fight that I didn't get a bunch of weight. Yeah. Right. I was made 35, going back up to 55, 58. Yeah. And this one was fighting like 49 and 50. Oh. You know what I mean? And I felt weaker. I remember going to the backstage, going to the bathroom all the time, and I talked to you and Ben. And Ben told me, one time that happened to me too. And I mean, that is not that you can do. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just try to not poop on TV. And I said, oh, man, that's...
Thanks for putting that in my mind.
Thanks, Coach. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, there was another challenge that was presented to me on that moment, and I got lucky that he went to my guard. You know? Yeah. So that's good.
That's good. He didn't hit you in the body again.
He didn't hit in the body and nothing. I was actually landing good shots on him on the feet, too.
Yeah, I thought we were doing fine.
I mean, in the beginning, he got me with a straight punch, and then I think it was second round that I started to get on like not feeling sorry or worried about my stomach. I said, man, I need to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a hit regardless. So fuck, just get a hit going forward. You know?
Yeah, might as well. It's gonna happen. So
That's
let's
it.
go.
And they start changing.
I can't even imagine like normal people. Fighters are so different. Like real competitors are so different. Somebody like Benson. Like Benson could be dying and he'll go.
No, for 100%. And we've seen many times in training, fighting.
He won't hesitate, and it won't be, he might lose, but he won't be defeated ever.
100%.
And seeing you do that night, that was pretty amazing in that fight, because that was tough. Those are tough situations.
And again, being in the room with Ben, seeing he's such a big leader and example to us, I mean, that's definitely shaping me to facing those challenges when they present to me,
Yeah.
So I was very happy the way that I overturned that moment in there,
You and Benson always were such great role models for each other.
Yeah.
Such great, like, friends, like you really could tell, like, he would watch you do stuff and try to emulate it. Yeah. And then you would do the same thing with him. Like, there was a real respect and a back and forth between you two.
And that's one of the things, when I got here, I mean, I'm just a jiu-jitsu guy. I didn't have a striking experience. I don't have nothing. And then Ben Hanson was the UFC champion, all that status and stuff. And then he was such a great partner for me. He took care of me. He came here, helped me. I think my first ever MMA sparring inside the cage was with Ben.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, but you put it there to him because he was helping me. He was taking care of me. Some of the guys were not, right? Like, they were kind of mad. They were subbing there on the ground, and they were like,
it's my turn
now.
I
want to now. And you put it, Ben to me. And man, he was such a good partner, helped me understanding and not try to hurt me or nothing. I mean, he was the UFC champion. No, he would kill me if you want.
Well, Ben's always been great about that. I feel the same with you. Yeah. Like when you train jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but I feel like he didn't have to, right? When he got here, he was the top of the top of the top, right? Like, that guy is a jiu-jitsu guy, you know what I mean? He can't just like, oh yeah, let's do some stuff. But he was opposite way, you know what I mean? He was taking his time to help me some stuff and learning from me, and you know what I mean? So I just felt blessed to be around such a good leader,
Yeah, that's awesome. So we get called to the UFC.
Yes.
How did that happen? Do you remember?
I remember, yeah. I was about to do the title fight for Legacy. So I had a title fight to Legacy schedule, going to fight Ricardo Ramos, Carcassinha, he ended up going to UFC after.
He was in the UFC too.
Yeah. So we were doing the main event, and Dana White was going to be there. They're looking for the fight. So everything was set up. Camp was good. I was already feeling good. And then 3 weeks to my Legacy fight, we had the chance to go to the UFC to fight Charles Rosa.
Oh, yeah.
The short notice fight.
Yeah.
Charles Rosa, 145. And then I was still heavy even 45 is still having to a weak fight, you know what I mean? And then I was kind of 6'5", 6'8" weight. And then, but we took the fight. I felt it was a good shape. I could do it, but I made a mistake to try to on the first day, since I signed the contract, try to cut as much weight as possible to not suffer on the day. And then I ended up hurting my rib, and then we pulled it out the fight. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then I thought they were going to cut me. Said, I'm going to cut the guy because we signed him to replace someone, and he got hurt. But they didn't cut me. They said, okay, continue.
I remember that phone call with Sean Shelby.
Yeah. You actually was the one who told him. It was not even me, Yeah. You told me later. And they even asked you, I said, man, they probably going to cut me. And then after you call him and you call me, I asked you, did they cut me? He said, no, you're still in. I said, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's good.
But, I mean, that delayed. I got a little frustrated in that moment because I was expecting to fight to the Legacy fight, right? And then it was going to be a good opportunity because Dana White was going there. Also, it was a good money. Legacy was paying me well too back in the time.
Yeah.
And then going to the UFC, I was going to make more opportunities, but I ended up losing both. I was not fighting anyone. So I financially I lost money too. I didn't have the chance to get the money, which back in the time was helping me a lot to stay going, right? I didn't have my gym profit yet. But I got frustrated as a fighter because I want to fight. I was kind of halfway of my camp. I was already starting to get my mind ready to fight, and the fight was, I moved it to the next fight. I got hurt, pulled it out. So that I was a month without training, recovering my ribs. And then I remember trying to get a fight booked after. When I started training again, I tried to get a fight with UFC booked, and then Chen Xiao said, nah, your first fight is going to be a short notice. just get ready, you know, be ready, and then that's gonna happen. And I was very frustrated with that. I was very sad, and then I was also trying to get money to cover all those months that I training, that was out, so all that stuff. And then I remember Lineker's fight Garbrandt, and then Lineker pulled it out, and I was very emotional. Saying I took the fight. Yeah, but I wasn't even training. That was a dumb mistake.
You are. I would say this. It's not negative because I think it gets you to where you're going. But you have been impatient a couple times in your career, and understandably, like when you're broke and you have no money, it's like we need to do something. So we took that fight with Cody Garbrandt. By the way, 2 of your 3 fights are with world champions.
Yeah, I ended up being a world champion. Yeah.
And you were scheduled for Merab.
My last one was Merab. Yeah.
They weren't exactly taking it easy on you.
Well, I mean, like I said, I was not. I mean, trying to avoid fights. I was always down to fight anyone. I mean, Garbrandt was a guy moving up there. I think after my fight, he won 2 more or 3 more and went to the title.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I still hate Mario Yamasaki the way he reffed that.
Yeah, I think maybe I would lose the fight regardless, you know, because I know I was not in good shape. I was not training. I just recorded for the rib. I took the fight more for like a pride thing. Yeah, you know what I mean, because I want to make money, and I was mad that Sean Sharp wanted me to give a short notice fight. And I took the fight, but maybe I would lose it, but not the way that it happened. Yeah, right? I think.
I remember him apologizing to you.
Yeah, he did. He did apologize after he watched, and I mean, he did hit me. I fell there, but then my leg goes up. My guard was in place. I was watching him. I think he stopped a little early.
Yeah.
But
well, then remember he got in the way and then didn't stop it.
Yeah, he came inside.
He should have just stopped it.
Or not.
Exactly. Right?
Exactly.
And I know it's hard to be a ref, but that's the thing that sticks with me about that fight.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, everything happened for a reason. And then I think that the defeat there helped me a lot too. You know what I mean? For my mind. Yeah. I just lost my all, right? And then I had to put in the work the same way that I did in jiu-jitsu before. You know what I mean?
And that great performance against Frankie, that was a great fight. You guys really put it on in Phoenix. Yeah. How was that fighting in Phoenix?
That was great. I was very pumped to fight here. Yeah. With my second hometown now, right? Like it's not a hometown, but I mean, I was where I choose to live, and I mean, having all you guys, the gym there supporting, that was the best for me. No need to travel, you know everything here, so I felt good. I really put in the work on the camp. And I remember the fight was in January. It was the first UFC fight of the year. It was a January fight. And in December, we have the Lab Christmas party, right? Right. And they back at the time, we used to do on the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. And it was like 2 weeks before my fight. I remember sitting.
2 pieces of lettuce.
Sitting there like sad. I said, oh my God. I just wanted the next one. I will not be fighting.
I'm coming back after my fight.
But I mean, I took the won the fight. Won the fight, got a fight of the night, which changed a lot for me too. Financially, I had a good security. Yeah. And that most of the money I used to invest to open my gym. You know?
Oh, that's awesome.
That helped me a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's so hard being a fighter. There's not a lot of money in this thing. You know?
No, it's hard.
And people
even
expect money. Man. Yeah, there's not.
There's not.
Even, I mean, for anybody. It's not enough for the fighters, not enough for the coaches, not enough for the sports staff. Like, you really have to love what you're doing to do
100%.
it. When you, how do you look back on your UFC run? Like, for me, I felt like it should have been more and better.
100%.
You know, I'm frustrated about it because I think you deserve more, not anything else. Like,
I do feel that like I said, I think I deserve it. I think I should have more fights. I think I should go a little bit more far. But I mean, it's out of my control. You know what I mean? We make decisions here and there, and I mean, I had to again, for money wise, I need to make decisions to try to step away from the UFC and then move forward. And then I lost my chance. You know what I mean? After that, I tried many times to come back, tried to get fights outside on the regular circuit, but nobody was fighting, and then that was getting frustrating for me. But I mean, after a few years trying, I said, man, you know what? Maybe it's not meant to be. Yeah. I've been forcing too much. My competitor side is like, I want to do it. I want to show that I'm good. I know I can do it. I know what I was doing in the training room, and I know how far it could go. But
you were improving a lot. Yeah, but still.
It's not my control anymore. You know what I mean? I gotta let that go and move in my life. You know.
Well, how is that? Do you feel like that transition? Leaving there with that sort of frustration has that driven you to be a better coach? Do you use that like to help your younger athletes?
No, I mean, if you have someone that chance to help them with my experience, I will have something to tell them. But I don't think that helped me.
No,
I was already coaching, but I was not thinking about now I'm just coaching. I want to compete, I want to fight, I still want to do for me. I was not thinking about doing anything else. After years trying, I was not chasing money or not chasing being the champion. I was just trying to have a response from me.
Yeah,
I want to do one more. I want to go there, have my arm raised, and that's it.
Yeah,
but it didn't happen. So
did the final ADCC win kind of cap it for you? Because that was such a
and that was all the thing.
Great performance.
When the ADCC, man, I fought 5 times, 5 editions, right? And every time that I was fighting there, I was never very, very into the camp, right? Like I never gave excuses, but like a lot of times I was competing. I was first one. I didn't compete on my weight division. I didn't want to cut weight. I just had such a year cutting weight. I didn't want to do it. Didn't train much, right? Second one was in China. I cut too much weight. I went down division, but I cut too much weight. Didn't find nothing to eat there. I was by myself. So it was a mess. Third one was in Brazil. Yeah. And that's the one that I did. I got the third place. I did a little bit better, but I felt that I skipped a little bit the strength condition, because ADCC is such a physical tournament, right? You need to be in very good shape. And then I felt that I lack a little bit on that. And I ended up losing in the semifinal to Cobrinha, which was a good fight too. I lost by decision. Mm-hmm. And then I made a mistake down there as I'm fighting, because that's what the thing. ADCC, the rules is such a crazy rules. Yeah. And it was never really pay attention to the rules, to be honest. And then I remember fighting him. It was like 10 minutes match. And they told us that we're going to have 2 overtimes. So 5 more and 5 more. So possible 20 minutes. So after the 10 minutes match, we went to the first overtime. And then I started thinking, well, I'm going to save a little bit more energy now because I don't want to gas out. Yeah. Right? Because the second overtime, I'm going to push you more. Because I knew we were going to be very tight. And in the first overtime, he was pushing more the pace. He was just defending more. I was kind of saving myself to the second part. But they said something in the rules meeting that year that if the referees think you don't need to have a second overtime, they're not going to. Oh. So they just, after the first overtime, they went to give the decision. I said, man, what's the second overtime? They said, no, we can't stop. We just, if it's very even again, we go to one more. And then that's how I lost. And I said, And then I lost my chance to, But, I knew I was not my best. On my last edition, when the fourth one was in Finland, but I had a UFC fight booked on that year. Oh. Was a Boston something. Boston Salmon. Yeah. Right? So I was fighting him in Brazil. It was going to be São Paulo, Brazil. Yeah. But there was 2 weeks before the match was a UFC. And they the ADCC. And they invited me to do it, and I didn't want to say no. I said, should I do it? Should I not? I have a UFC fight. But I said, man, maybe if they say no, they never invite me again. And I said, I know, it's a jiu-jitsu match. I've done that my whole life. I'm going to do it. Because that was the only time that I didn't have. But, Boston was a good striker too. So I was training more striking back at the time too. I still kind of tried to feel my striking going. And then when I went to the fight ADCC, ended up when I scrambled, the guy fell over my leg and it twisted my ankle. Oh, geez. So I got hurt, couldn't continue, pulled it out of my UFC fight. And then I said, man, that's all the worst thing ever. Yeah. And I remember on the ADCC, I was sharing a room with the other guy, right? Just me and him. And then a day before the competition, you were talking and said, what are you expecting? I said, man, I just don't want to get hurt. I have a UFC fight in 2 weeks.
Put that right out there.
And then, boop, I got hurt. But my last one, the 2019, that's what I changed. I said, you know what? I'm going to do everything over my control. I'm going to try to do all my training, pushing hard like I did before, right? So I do my wrestling, my strength conditioning, my nutrition. I got a nutritionist to that tournament. So I did everything that I can control to not have any questions if I go there and winning or losing. I know I did my best. Because I was already 36 years old. I didn't know if I'm going to have another chance later. in terms of competing ADCC, which is every 2 years. So I just put in the work, and I felt very good. Probably one of the best that I ever felt in terms of technically, mentally, and physically. You know, I was just ready to go. I remember going there, watching all the other 15 athletes. Like it was a bracket of 16, and watching everybody as they announcing. And when you went to the tournament, I said, man, like I can go to any of those 15 right now, first round. I feel confident. I can be there any of them. You know, when you go to a bracket and you say like, the guy's tough. Hope I fight him just in the end. Yeah, he fights some other people, get tired too. Like for me, I said, man, I'm ready for any of those 15.
What a great feeling that had to be.
And I felt very good.
That's awesome.
I remember I even came into Sparta like a week before. I did the spar here at the lab. And I felt great too, you know what I mean? I was not doing a lot of sparring during my camp, but that day I came into spar a little bit just to switch a little bit, get a good sweating, different in the jiu-jitsu. I was trying to get like tired of like the jiu-jitsu training, and then I mean they made it help me too.
That's awesome. So before we wrap up on this thing, who are the BJJ greats for you? Give me a couple of guys that you really think are like the best ever.
You gotta go to Roger Grace.
Yeah,
Roger Grace is what he did is unbelievable. Yeah, you know what I mean. Not just the way that he won the tournaments and the records of the titles that he had, but the way that he made that. Right, he went there submitting guys that was great too. You know, and he made that look easy.
Doing the same thing to everybody seemed like.
And one of the things that stuck to me the most is when he was already retired, he was not fighting anymore jiu-jitsu, and then he came back later to fight Buchecha. Which was the guy, one of the greatest too, right? But Buchecha just won the world title, open again. He was one of the biggest now, and then he had the opportunity to fight Roger Grace. Yeah. Already older and not the same, and then he went in and Roger took him out like with a submission. It was just like, oh my God, no, I think that guy's the goal.
That's awesome.
He's the goal for sure.
Is there anybody else gets honorable mention? Who influenced your style? Is there anybody that you followed coming up?
I always like Léo Vieira. Léo Vieira style was kind of similar to me. I mean, he was a black belt when he was a blue belt, so I was watching him a lot, like jumping a lot, passing, having on the top, and also playing guard. Right, he was a very versatile athlete that I loved and enjoyed watching, and then I tried to mimic a lot of stuff from him for sure.
You know, one of the things I think is great for you in jiu-jitsu is you have such a well-rounded game. Like you can wrestle, you obviously have a great top game, but when you play guard, like people don't pass your guard.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I was a guard player since I got the black belt. Oh. Like from white to black, I was just playing guard, and then on the black belt. I mean, people were pulling guard first than me, and they forced me to be on the top.
To be better on the other
positions. I'm not going to give you points. I'm not going to fall my butt. So I said, I'm going to be on the top. And over the years, I developed my top, and now I felt very comfortable in both positions. If you need to pull guard, I pull guard. If you need to be on the top, I play the top.
Yeah. So who in MMA do you think, jiu-jitsu players in MMA, like the best jiu-jitsu guys?
Jiu-jitsu guys, let me try to think here. Probably Charles Oliveira, you know what I mean? He's
a finisher, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very good in his striking too. He's not afraid to try, but like when he has opportunities on the ground, he have a great jiu-jitsu, but it's not the best jiu-jitsu in terms of pure jiu-jitsu, right? He's jiu-jitsu for MMA. Yeah. That's a little bit different. And he made some people look easy when he gets the position there, the transitions. Probably Damian Maia too. Yeah. Damian Maia was such a good control, and
that's who I was thinking of.
And more like a champion jiu-jitsu. He did the transition to MMA, was able to adapt it to MMA, and
fought in the 70-pound championship fight, and fought Anderson Silva.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he had such a good career and transitioned well his jiu-jitsu to MMA. That I really enjoy watching him fighting. So both of them.
Plus a good guy.
Oh yeah, he
reminds me of you a little bit, honestly. Like just a good human being, hard worker. Yeah. You know, not gonna stop doing.
Like I know him for like many years. When he was just a jiu-jitsu guy, I mean, moving up belts. I refereed a bunch of his matches when he was a black belt too. So he was such the same.
Was he always like that?
Yeah, I was the same person.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He was not changing once, you know. So.
Well, now that you're the last part of it is your family and your legacy. You just gave your wife a black belt.
Yes.
How was that?
No, that was amazing. That was my first female black belt.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. But I mean, I ended up been putting the work for many years too. And I mean, she has a bunch of injuries, but I was stay positive, coming, training, pushing herself.
Well, you're a good example of that.
Yeah,
because you've had some serious injuries in your jiu-jitsu.
It is, yeah. And I have a bunch, but I mean, she's just like a hard worker too, you know. She likes to challenge herself. She goes down the training room, try to find the hard people to train, pushing her, try to get better, asking questions, you know what I mean. And I was very, very proud to have that moment to promoting my first female black belt, and also that being my wife, you know.
Yeah,
so
well, she is a super hard worker. Like, you know, I know she deserves that belt. Like,
no, for sure.
You know, you see some promotions and you're like,
yeah.
Amanda was a hard worker.
But the one thing that I always do, I have like a high standard for sure.
Yeah.
I try to hold the people. I say, man, I'm not gonna be a black belt if you don't put your ass to work. You know what I mean? Like if I see you hiding, sitting on the corner, and not putting the work, not trying to get better technically, mentally, physically, you know what I mean, and improving your jiu-jitsu, you're not gonna get a black belt from me.
That's
awesome.
I mean? So, I
And
loved seeing the pictures. Like, it made my heart really warm, you know?
Thank you, Coach.
How is it having your boy train jiu-jitsu too?
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, I don't force him. I let him be a kid.
Yeah.
I let him enjoy. You know what I mean? I want him to have fun training. I don't want him to feel the heavy to competing, performing, and he's been asking to competing. I've been holding him. I said, no, let's wait. I mean, you're going to have a bunch of times to competing before. I don't want to experience that pressure right now. And I don't want to make the jiu-jitsu heavy for him. I don't want him go to the training and leaving there saying, oh, tomorrow I have jiu-jitsu training again. It sucks. Yeah. I want him having fun, enjoy. And he's been doing that. He's been enjoying being on the mats.
I love that.
I mean, when we play home, you know what I mean? But kind of like, I was able to be in Ben's life, to see him doing that with Kyung. I mean, all the kids too, but I see him like being such a good role model, and it was a big influence for me too. You know what I mean? Not forcing my kids, let they enjoy and
be kids.
Be a kids. Yeah. And if he later on in the life he want to go to their career, great. You know what I mean? If you're not, I'm gonna support him whatever he do. You know,
whatever you want to do, we'll just do it.
Yeah. Maybe he's gonna be a superstar in football, making millions.
That would be bad. Golf would be good.
Golf. Yeah,
he won't get hurt in
golf.
That's
true.
Well, man, I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
I know you know this, but I admire you so much as a man. You know, just how solid, and seeing your family grow and your business grow. And I feel very blessed to have been part of it.
You know, like, I'm very happy and proud to have you guys in my life. I love you guys. You guys giving me many good years and make me change as a man, as a person, as an athlete. So I want a lot of you guys and the lab and you. So I just say thank you for you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for showing up. Tanquinho's the man. I'll see you later.